I'm not celebrating your weight loss. Bitch, I wanted to fuck you when you was fat.
Hey friends, how you doing? Listen, I know this is giving very much e-girl, but when I tell y'all that romantic goth video sent me with the edge, I wasn't gonna do that again. You know what? We dealing with what we got. No, the bad omen sure don't help. But so, in today's video, in light of Valentine's Day, everybody be talking about they want to emo and goth girlfriend, but I don't think y'all know what that aesthetic is. And we'll get into it. But I just want to talk about the more sensual, romantic side of metalcore, just because I don't know what it is with people, like new age emo, it's just sexual. Have y'all seen any bands from the 80s? Any pop stars? Any K-pop dances? I don't know where this sort of judgment came from. The thing is though, is any sort of music genre is gonna have some criticism when it comes to sexual lyrics or music. I mean, literally I remember learning that like Elvis Presley, they wouldn't record below his belt because they were like, it's too much for TV. If you look in there, that's on you, brother. It's not a new phenomenon that people like freak out over sexual music, but like not like uncommon, especially like again with older rock music. It was always sex, money, and drugs, baby. That's what it was. So it's just weird to see this shift again of like, why do you listen to that? Fangirl's this. Like, y'all cannot be saying that you want to emo a goth girlfriend and then be mad that this is who she be talking about. But basically what made me want to start this video, and I'm not gonna go try and find it because it's like in the depths of my Twitter likes, this got an interview called Bad Omens Metal, and I was just like, before we actually jump into this, I do want to say that I've heard a bunch of things about the fans, and I totally get that a fan base can definitely leave a mark on the artist. I don't condone that type of shit. What are we doing? I think that's just like kind of the biggest reason why there's a lot of complaining. But then I just see like, oh my god, fangirl this, and it's like there are normal people and then there's the insane. There is a difference here. So like a lot of people really hate the fact that TikTok kind of blows up artists. Like, it's a music app. What did you expect? People are gonna put their music out there. Because how I got into at least Bad Omens and Sleep Token myself, as like many, was the fact of these songs were on TikTok. And like they were all over my For You page. I remember looking for Sleep Token because I kept hearing the summoning, and then I found the rest of their discography. Holy shit, it's like a music app that leads you to music. My thing is with Sleep Token, they get questioned a lot anyway, which like I'm not gonna get into that. I think it's dumb. Whatever you consider is what you consider. I understand the criticism though, because goth music does get mislabeled a lot. People mix dark wave with gothic rock all the time. I think the main issue with me though when it comes to Sleep Token's like fan base or criticism is the fact that there's a dominant emo like fan base, which is weird because again, people will be like, I want a goth and emo girlfriend, and then be shocked that women are into metal. It's like the thing with sports too, where like women will be into sports and men are like, name me 5 players. She needs to know a whole album or like where their fucking first tooth fell out. The form of criticism comes from like the, again, sexualization of the members, and I totally get that sometimes it can be really uncomfortable depending on how far people go with it. It happens with K-pop too, where people are just like, oh, my girlfriend likes this guy, and like and like you should see their presence on stage. Bitch, they be kissing on stage and shit. It's weird that like that gets criticized or gets shitted on for liking to see that when that's all they fucking do on stage anyway. Not like it's to cater to the fans, it's just how they are with one another. That also seems to be a thing with ghosts as well. A lot of the performances I saw on stage on TikTok and things like that, basically them like just being sensual with each other, being playful with each other, that just attracts people to their shows, and that's just something they want to do. And you can't be attracted to these members. Look at what they're doing on stage. So I want to talk about Bad Omens for a second before I go back to stage presence, because stage presence, like, and the whole like fan service thing is not a new thing. So I don't know why people again get mad at new age metal for it. Just wanted to say real quick, also talking about fan bases, Noah Sebastian is not the only member of Bad Omens, and I think people forget that. I get it, he's the singer and he's always going to be in your face, but there are other members that also need attention, and they're all attractive. I cannot believe that we just sleep on them. Also, you should stream Bad Omens also has a stage presence of being like mysterious and like sexy and like again that like so shitted on for it. And I'm like, also like, have y'all heard the Death of Peace of Mind? What did he mean by this, bro? So again, to circle back to stage presence, it's not a new thing. It's kind of always been, I feel like, in all of rock, but especially in the emo scene. Like there's Pete and Patrick from Fall Out Boy, who have been memed on before for how much that they're on top of each other, especially Pete Wentz's fan service. But also the fact of like Turbulence Fry Water Parks, the first line is literally a whole thing about Pete and Patrick. Also, everyone's favorite is Frank and Gerard from My Chemical Romance. Bitch, the significance of these moments too, crazy. You seeing the same thing I am, or am I going crazy? So this is not the first time that there's ever been sexual songs or lyrics in these sort of alternative spaces. I mean, obviously, like I said, there's definitely other genres who have like really like focused onto these types of lyrics, but I thought I'd give examples. I have to read this because this Fall Out Boy and their long fucking song titles be killing me. Head first slide into Cooperstown on a bad bet by Fall Out Boy. That song is a whole song about an affair between some dude and a married woman. What do you mean by crickets at night? What do you mean? Another example is Destroyed by My Chemical Romance. There's literally a whole point where Gerard is just making noise. If you go to the actual like comment section of the audio on YouTube, everyone's talking about it. Another example is Heaven, Iowa by Fall Out Boy. This song kind of holds a special place in my heart because I'm in love with Patrick Stump. All my homies love Patrick Stump. Or they hold a special place in my heart because when I went to go see them in concert, and I go to concerts, I make a playlist so that I can learn the set list. I did not learn this song. So when I saw Patrick Stump perform this for the first time, my heart grew 3 times that day. Because that man, because for me, it's the way he performing it. Why he dancing like that. And this is the song. I don't actually know what genre this falls into, but this song has been stuck in my fucking head, so I thought I would include it, which is Sister by She Wants Revenge. So I went right and I was like, I think this song might fit into this video. Then I learned lyrics, y'all. I don't know what kind of religious trauma going on in that song, but it is. So this one is kind of a stretch. This one a little bit. Am I just trying to promote Bring Me the Horizon because their new album is coming out this summer? Maybe. Maybe I'm extremely loyal to them to a point where it's a little obsessive and maybe a problem. Kool-Aid by Bring Me the Horizon. Obviously, if you're not aware, Bring Me the Horizon's lore-based albums, I think for the last like 2 or 3, have been them like 2 churches, like 2 cults. Like Ollie Sykes has a cult and they're going against another one, and like the other side is like trying to take members from Ollie's. That's a whole video within itself. So it could be more of like a power play type of thing, of like, you know, like trying to use love as a way to keep people in the church. But there's these lyrics, okay? What did he mean by that? What is happening up in this church? These last 2, listen, I know Brendon, you're jumpscare. I gotta read this again. These fucking long titles. Lying is the most fun a girl can have without taking her clothes off. I mean, first of all, the title kind of gives the vibe anyway. But that beginning part, I'll be like, that makes you sweat, or you think about it. And then the final song, I am so sorry to even talk about this, but it has to be on the list. Man. Girls, Girls, Boys by Panic at the Disco. We really thought it was a bi anthem. Child is about to fail through something. Anyway, you're talking about blacklisting a girl who don't want to sleep with you. No, where is that? And finally, the whole point that made this video is the fact of the sexualization of goth and emo girls. Now, it could be boys too, because I know that everyone's like, I want an emo boy, and every time there's an emo boy on someone's TikTok for you page, the comments are flooded. I'm not trying to like wholly dismiss the fact that emo men as well have this problem of sexualization. I see this big problem in, especially on TikTok. I know it's TikTok, I know. People mislabel aesthetics a lot of the time. A lot of the time, especially because of the rise of the TikTok shop, a lot of ads will actually promote streetwear and think that they're promoting goth clothing, which is far from. And then also their grab tactic is always like, oh, you can get a goth girlfriend with this, which is then a problem because in the comments are like, no goth girls looking in your direction. Which is just weird because, like, why should that be your selling point? Is that you're gonna get this girl, this aesthetic, when you should just wear it because it makes you feel good. I'm not trying to shit on this creator. I'm not trying to shit on the haircuts or the men in the video because I think it did turn out nice. The haircuts are really nice. The problem is the fact of, again, using the grab of goth girlfriend. I think that's the problem, is people don't understand. It's not what goth girls are looking for. Now, if you're a goth, like, woman of color maybe, and that's what you're looking for, that's totally fine. But most of the time, goth men look like this. Another thing I wanted to talk about was the fact of the invasive questions when especially women look very alternative. When a woman has piercings or tattoos or something, or has dyed hair even, a lot of the times men ask invasive questions about what the rest of her body looks like and what other places are pierced, which is really weird because you would never say that to anyone who has their ears pierced, but because she has like a nose ring or a septum or lip piercings, you think like it's for you. A good example of this is Rolly. Rolly is a YouTuber who focuses on the alternative scene, focuses on piercings and tattoos and any other body modifications. And he made a video recently about his tattoos and how a lot of people ask how far down his tattoos go, about his ear piercings and things because his ears are really pierced. What possessed you to say these things or ask these types of questions? It's really, really weird. Because you wouldn't say that to anyone who has like a little airplane tattoo or a tattoo behind the ear of like butterflies or something. But because this person is heavily modified, you think you have the right to go up to these people and ask them these sort of questions. Who raised you? I just want to drive the point home of like, language is really important, and when we try to label people, label aesthetics, we really need to be careful. Like I said, I did the office siren makeup not too long ago. Like, it's really weird that we put such niche aesthetics into boxes. Then it happens that people mislabel things. So the thing is though, is there's no hate to women who wear all black and wear a liner and things like that, but they're not, if they don't consider themselves any sort of like emo or punk or things like that, then that is not emo. The thing is, it was these types of aesthetics, like anything else, they're not a costume or just an aesthetic to have. There was actual history behind these alternative spaces of non-conforming and political unrest and things like that. When you look at punks are not just wearing pretty spikes and things like that. There's a history of rebellion there. These movements come out of things. Same with goth. Goth wasn't just someone putting eyeliner. It was because it was a movement at one point. But the thing is, these types of spaces have history. The thing is why people always get upset when really hateful people use the music to then promote some sort of narrative. No, in the scene you're supposed to take care of each other and look out for each other. Well, it confuses me when people go to mosh pits and are assholes. At the end of the day, you mosh, you beat the shit out of each other, and you be like, you good, you need water, and if not, be chilling. So on this day, Valentine's Day, just be nice to each other. Because again, I talked about it in my last video, and I think love is really cool. As much as you love the music, love each other. With that, I wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. I hope you guys eat a lot of chocolate, go out with your friends or your partner, and if not, and you stay home and being a fat ass like I am, you enjoy that too. Big farewell. Let me know what your opinions are. Maybe, start a conversation. Before I go though, let me know if you have any suggestions for videos. Go follow me on my socials down below. And I bid thee farewell.